Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle what looks like a tricky math problem, but I want you to think of it more like a puzzle. You know, the kind that pops up everywhere. From figuring out the arc of a basketball shot to designing a roller coaster, and the best part, it has a super clean, elegant solution that we are going to find together. So, let's just dive right in.
Okay, here it is. This is the mystery we're going to unravel today. At first glance, x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Yeah, it might look a little intimidating, but I promise you, by the end of this, you'll see just how easy it is to crack this thing open. You see, like any good puzzle, this one has a structure, a kind of code. And once you understand that code, the path to the solution becomes totally clear. So this is where we get our first big clues. Turns out, every quadratic equation can be written in this standard form, which gives us 3 key numbers. For our puzzle, A is 1, B is 5, and C is 6. Go ahead and lock those 3 into your brain. They are literally the keys we need to unlock this whole thing.
All right, we've got our clues. Now what we need is a map to guide us. So let's take a look at this super reliable 5-step method that will take us straight to the answer.
And here is our roadmap. I know, it might look like a lot of steps, but trust me, each one is actually really simple and flows right into the next. We're going to walk through them one by one, so let's get going. First up, step 1, multiply A times C. We already know A is 1 and C is 6, so 1 times 6 is, well, it's 6. Easy as that. See? We've already got the first piece of our solution. Okay, time to put on our detective hats for step 2. We're looking for 2 special numbers. These numbers have to do 2 things. First, they have to multiply together to give us 6, that number we just found. And second, they have to add up to 5, which is our B value. So take a second. What 2 numbers could they be?
Did you get them? Our first number is 2. And its partner is 3. Let's just double check that. Does 2 times 3 equal 6? Yep. And does 2 plus 3 equal 5? Yes again. Perfect. We found them. Our 2 magic numbers are 2 and 3.
Now, this is where our magic numbers come in handy. We're going to use them to rewrite our original equation. So instead of 5x in the middle, we're now going to write 2x plus 3x. And the cool part is we haven't actually changed the equation's value at all. We've just rephrased that middle part in a way that's way more useful for us.
And this is exactly why we did that. Now we can factor by grouping terms. So if you look at the first 2 terms, x squared plus 2x, you can pull out a common x, right? And for the last 2 terms, 3x plus 6, you can pull out a 3. And would you look at that? The exact same expression, x plus 2, just magically appears in both parts. Because that x plus 2 is now a common factor in both chunks, we can pull it out front. And that leaves us with this beautifully simple factored form, x plus 2 times x plus 3 equals 0. Our big, kind of messy puzzle is now just 2 neat little pieces multiplied together.
We are so close. We've cracked the code, we've found our numbers, we've factored the equation. It is time for the big reveal.
Okay, so think about it like this. If you multiply 2 things together and the answer is 0, what does that tell you? Well, it means that at least one of those things has to be 0. There's no other way. So that means either the left side, x plus 2 equals 0, or the right side, x plus 3 equals 0. And that gives us our 2 solutions. If x plus 2 is 0, then x has to be negative 2. And if x plus 3 is 0, then x must be negative 3. And there you have it, puzzle solved.
But wait, for those of you who want to take this to the next level, I've got a little bonus for you. Think of it as a pro tip, a shortcut that can make solving some of these puzzles incredibly fast.
Now, this shortcut is like a secret key, but it only works in a very specific situation. You curious? Here's the deal. This amazing shortcut only works when the A value is 1, just like in our puzzle. The steps are so simple, it feels like cheating. First, you find those 2 numbers that add up to B and multiply to C. We already did that. They're 2 and 3. Then, you just flip their signs. So positive 2 becomes negative 2, and positive 3 becomes negative 3. And that's it. Seriously, those are your answers. No extra steps. It's awesome. So you see, what we really did today wasn't just solve one equation. We unlocked a method, a kind of universal key that works for a whole class of puzzles. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Now that you have this key in your pocket, how many other puzzles are out there just waiting for you to solve them?